Hey, welcome to Advanced Options Strategies Explained. I know not a very interesting title, but it tells you exactly what this training course is all about. Now, before you pause it or turn it off and run away, don't be intimidated. Sure, options have the reputation of being very complex and very complicated. And while some of the advanced strategies certainly can be complex and get as complicated as really you want to make them, there's also very standardized processes that you can use to just take it step by step and then apply it to different situations. So I don't want to sit here and make it sound like you need to have a degree in rocket science or anything like that. If you watch any of my past courses, then you know that I enjoy taking childlike things and using them to help explain things. So in this course, you're going to learn about magnets and snowballs and all sorts of goofy things. They're going to help explain these different types of concepts. So why even bother with options? What's the point? Why venture out from the normal options, which would just be buying a put or buying a call? Well, that's really just surface deep, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but there are ways that you can really leverage probabilities and odds in your favor. So what do I mean by that? Well, I'm not going to insult your intelligence here, but let's just quickly go over, the recap of how the market works. And let's just start with the stock trade. So when you buy a stock trade, and let's just say that, you're going to go long. So you go long. Right after you go long into a stock trade, the price can do three things, right? The price can go up, the price can go sideways and just sit still, do nothing, or the price can go down. I realize, yeah, thank you, Captain Obvious. Well, what needs to happen if you're going long in order for you to make money? You need for the stock to go up, right? The price goes up, hey, you're making money. If it goes sideways, there are no profits for you. If it goes down, you're taking a loss. So there's one of three things right here. Run some math there. That's a 33%, odds probabilities that, hey, when you go long on a stock, that's what you're looking at from just the bare bones basics. It's got to go up. Now let's transition down to an option strategy that are taught in this course. So here you go in, and again, this is after. So after you enter in, the option strategy of your choice. Now there's a bunch of them that we'll cover, but there are some that allow for this to happen. Again, prices of stocks can go up, sit still, do nothing, or go down. In some of these strategies, price can go up, you're still making profit. Price can go sideways, do nothing, you're still making profit. Price can go down, you're still making profit. Now granted, these strategies depend on a range, so it can't just go up forever or down forever, but there are strategies where if the price just stays within a range that you would determine yourself, you're making money no matter what happens to the price. Now, in this situation, you're making money no matter what the price does. 100%. Now, does that mean you're going to win every time? That's not what I'm saying here. But the point being, a lot of things are in your favor. Some of them, the price can go up or sideways, and you'll make money no matter what. Some of them, the price can sit still, do nothing, or go down, and you're going to make money no matter what. So even in those situations, you're looking at 2 for 3, and that's a 67% chance, where things are in your favor. So that's one of the big advantages of options, is you are letting time work for you. If you understand anything basic about, the basic options, theta, which measures time, is working for you, and that's why literally if the price sits still, you're still going to be making money. So if this is not flexibility, I don't know what is. With stock trading, if you have any experience with it, maybe you've been in a position and then the price goes up and all of a sudden knocks you out of the trade, stops you out, and then it goes in your favor. With this, a lot more flexibility. If the price goes up a little bit and then comes back down, there are no cheap shots, as we call them around here in terms of, the options, because you're going to have a lot of factors working on your side. Now, what about monthly income? This is another just great diversity that options can bring to the table. The traditional way of monthly income is appreciation and dividends, right? You own shares, and if you're doing this just for whether it be retirement like myself or whatever, the traditional mindset is, you're either going to make money on your shares because the stock's going to appreciate, those shares are going to go up in price, or you're just going to sit there and collect dividends, every 3 months, every year, however they're paid out. Now, one little disclaimer here, as far as options, just to be transparent, you are going to need at least 100 shares of a stock that has options included, but the majority of the, common stocks that you would be out there, wanting in your investment portfolio, I mean, if you got an investment, or excuse me, if you got a retirement portfolio filled with penny stocks, well, that's a whole nother story there. But there's not going to be options for there. But if you got any of the big names companies out there and you have 100 shares of them, then the great thing about options is they provide a third stream of revenue, which is, of course, taught in the class. So instead of just making money in these two ways, you can make money in a third way. And it doesn't involve selling shares. It doesn't involve buying more shares. You're doing nothing with these shares. But these shares are going to add more money to your portfolio if you deploy this strategy that is taught. So yeah, you'll have dividends, but when you add in this third source, that's pretty nice. So if you're looking for monthly income, again, venturing out into the world of advanced options, I think is very much well worth it. In fact, I would go to say, if you're sitting here with a retirement portfolio and you're just hoping for appreciation and dividends, and you have multiple hundred shares of different stocks, then you are missing out. I mean, every month you could be now, are you going to turn into a millionaire doing this? I don't want to come across like, yeah, if you do this, you'll be an absolute millionaire. I'm not saying that at all. Monthly income, which adds up over time. So a lot of flexibility here with the options. Again, flexibility and then ultimate freedom. As far as where do you need to be in terms of, do I need to be chained to my computer every single day, every single second like a day trader? Not at all. In fact, these are more swing trading strategies. Could you form these as day trades? Yeah, I'm sure you can, mix things around, but this is more all geared towards people that can't be watching every single second of the day. These are for, now you are going to be active, so this is active trading, but it's not active in the sense of, I need to know what's happening every 5 minutes, or I need to know what's happening every half an hour. You'll want to check routinely, so this is not something where you set up a strategy, I'll come back and check in, 3-4 weeks. That's not how this works. You are going to be much more active than that, but you're not going to be as active as a day trader, again, watching every few minutes, every 10 minutes, nothing like that. So if you have a job, if you just flat out don't feel like living the life of a day trader where you've got to sit at your desk every second of the day, these strategies are going to be something that I'm very confident you would find value in. So I cover 10 different strategies in the course. Before you freak out and say, whoa, that's information overload, that's way too much. I also teach a process with a few basic questions that you're going to ask yourself, and by asking yourself these 2 questions, it's going to quickly start to narrow down the strategies that you should be considering. I also include a cheat sheet that, again, walks you through, ask yourself this question. Depending on the answer, okay, now you can consider these. Ask yourself another question. The answer to that is then going to narrow down the strategies that much more. So yes, there are 10 different strategies covered, but remember, it's going to get narrowed down very quickly with the cheat sheet that is included. And by answering, like I said, a couple questions, not 10 questions, not 15 questions, just a couple little questions, you get those answered, and that's going to point you right towards, the strategies that you should be considering in that instant. So a lot of stuff is covered, but when you break things down, go through the cheat sheet, go through the strategy selection process, things, get narrowed down, like I said, very quickly. If there are any questions on the course, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer those for you. But again, get out there, consider it, and if you decide you want some more flexibility and freedom, then consider the course. Let me know if you have any questions.